Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are able to hear me now. I want to check if you are able to hear me, then we make a continuation. Anybody to carry up the hand and inform us, or in the chat room, you tell us if you are able to hear me.
We are able to hear you, sir.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I'm seeing Raj. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this session, our other third lesson of week 3, Friday 19th. I want to appreciate everyone for always sparing time and data, always join us. As usual, I always say that I want an engaging classroom, and I will not have monopoly over wisdom. We shall keep sharing whatever you have prepared for, whatever you know. I want you to keep engaging us so that we keep sharing that knowledge as I guide you here and there. In today's lesson, probably we may not finish up to 4 p.m. perhaps, because I'm not feeling quite well, but I believe we shall push on for some good time before I close the session up. On the screen shared, we are still continuing with our legal forms of business ownership. And remember, the other time we had talked of the different types of business ownership. We had talked about the sole proprietorship. We looked at the definition, the characteristics, the advantages, the disadvantages of sole proprietorship. Perhaps we went on another second one, and that was partnership. We defined what partnership is all about, and we looked at the formation of a partnership business. Then we went to the contents of a partnership deed, the meaning of what a partnership deed is all about, and then I think we moved on. We were supposed to move on advantages of a partnership deed. But before that, let us make a reflection of the previous lesson. If someone is able to define us what a partnership is all about. Are you there so that you're able to guide us? What is a partnership? Anybody to carry up the hand? Yes, Raj.
Yes, sir. What I think a partnership business, this is a business that is carried out by 2 or more people. It's not like proprietorship business. In proprietorship business, one person is one person is owning the business, while in a partnership business, 2 or more people, they own and they carry out the business.
Thank you very much, Raj. Thank you. I'm seeing Sengendo Charles. Do you have something else to say? Sengendo?
A partnership business is a type of business owned by 2 or more.
Thank you very much. A type of business owned by 2 or more people. Melissa?
A partnership business is a business formed by an agreement between persons who have agreed to come together and run business.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Adolf?
A partnership business is a business which depends on the skills and the knowledge of 2 or more people who have come together with an aim of making profits.
Okay, thank you very much, Adolf. Thank you very much. All those are correct. All those definitions are very, very correct. Thank you very much. A business formed by an agreement with 2 or more people who have contributed the capital to start up a business with an aim of making profits. Can someone make us remember of how many people are required to start up a partnership business? The range by show of hand.
Bigger pardon.
Can someone tell us the number of people, the range of the number of people who are required to form up a partnership business? Because you remember in a solo proprietorship, we said it is owned by one person. Then in a partnership, what is the range of the number of people? I think, Nora?
2 to
Nora, please.
2 to 20 people.
2 to 20 people, very good. Thank you very much. So the number of people required to form a partnership is always 2 to 20 people. But I told you for the case of the professional partnership, what is the maximum number of people? For example, if you are forming a bank in a partnership, someone who remembers the maximum number of people when you are forming a professional partnership, for example, starting up a bank, you tell me. What's the maximum number by show of hand? I told you the maximum number of people required to form a partnership, particularly if it is a professional partnership, is 50. Otherwise, for ordinary partnerships, it is between 2 to 20 people. If you're forming, let's say, a bank, you range between 2 to 50 people. Thank you very much. Somebody to make me remember the agreement between partners, and in fact, which they use to form a partnership. How do we call it? The agreement between partners to form a partnership. I'm seeing the hand of Adam here.
Partnership.
Okay, Adam.
The agreement that is formed by people to start a partnership business is called a partnership deed.
Very good. It is called a partnership deed. Thank you very much. And who is able to define us what a partnership deed is all about? Because we have said the agreement between the partners is called a partnership deed. Yes, what is the definition? Adolf, are you able to define it? Or Nora? Okay.
A partnership deed is an agreement between partners laying down the terms and conditions under which the partnership business shall be governed.
Thank you very much. Excellent. It is an agreement between 2 or more people who have agreed together to lay down the terms and conditions under which a partnership shall be ran. So it is this partnership deed that builds trust among the partners to continue on doing the business. Thank you. So we looked at the things you include when you are writing a partnership deed. What are some of those things in case you are writing that agreement between partners that they are very, very prudent, which you must include there before you proceed? Some of the clauses of a partnership deed. I'm starting with Hanifa.
Name of the business and its location.
Name of the business and its location. Thank you very much. Dennis.
Duties and rights of each partner.
Thank you. The duties and rights of each partner. Good. Who else? Safraz.
Terms and conditions governing the business.
Excellent. The terms and conditions governing the business. Okay. Sean Karibudi.
Procedures on how to manage disputes in the business.
Thank you. The procedures of settling the disputes, because we all know that disputes are like sort of disagreements. How do we settle the disagreements between the partnership? We are not divine. We are, as human beings, we are bound to disagree. We are bound to make mistakes. But how then we settle ourselves in the case we come to a disagreement in a business? So there must be a procedure of how to settle the disputes. The disputes are like disagreements in a business. Thank you. Who else has not said anything here? There is who else? Where is? Okay, Melissa.
My hand is up.
Line of business.
The line of business. Thank you very much. The line of the business. In the partnership deed, you must show the line of a business. Are you engaging in? I think you all remember the types of businesses. Are we engaging in a manufacturing business, agribusiness, service business, or trading business? Must specify on the type of business you or the line of business you are going to engage in. Then Jerry, please.
Yes, hello? Hearing me?
Jerry.
Are you hearing me, teacher?
Okay, I'm able to hear you.
We have management and voting structure.
Very good. We have the management and voting structure of the partnership. Who are the people that are allowed to vote the management? Remember, in a partnership, there must be people who are heading you, though you are a member. Then there must be that structure which shows us the reporting line. Who reports to who is above who, so that things can be able to move very well in an organization or business. Then Natasha. Natasha, please. Natasha. Okay. I think Natasha is not talking. Let me come back. Amy.
To unmute.
Okay. Okay. Amy. Amy, please. Amy, you are unmuted. You unmute yourself. Okay.
Salary
Charles.
to the active partner.
Thank you very much. The salary to the active partners. Remember, when I was telling you about partnership, I told you there are the people who form a partnership are called partners. Then it means there are different types of partners, and among them we have what we call an active partner. An active person, a partner is a person who contributes capital and participates in the day-to-day running of the business, is ever there at the business, though that person contributed capital. Then the opposite of active is dormant. There are those partners who contribute capital, but for them, they only wait for the profit at the end of the year to share. They are never at the business, they are never bothered about the business activities, but at the end, you will see them coming to share on the profits. Those are called dormant partners. I told you about the Kwansi partner. Yes, Raj?
Can I tell the other two partners?
The
other partners, like the other types of partners.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you tell us?
We have nominal partners. So these are partners like who lend their name
Yes.
to the company or the firm, but they do not share like any profits or losses. And another
Raj, before you continue, a correction, please.
Yes.
The partners who allow their name to be used, even when they are not part of the business, are called Kwansi partners, not dormant. Dormant partners contribute capital, but Kwansi don't contribute.
No, sir. I said nominal partners.
Okay, nominal. Okay, thank you. Nominal. Thank you very much. Yes.
And another one also, partner by S.2. This is a partner who's like
Thank
not
you.
a real partner, but but he or she is liable to third parties because of his conduct or representation.
Excellent. Yes. Do you have any other type of partner?
No, sir. That's all.
Thank you. A partner by S.2 is that kind of a partner who behaves as if he's part of the partnership, but in actual sense, he has not even a single coin in that partnership, but is ever at the business. Even the people who come around think is the owner or he has shares in that kind of business, but in the actual sense owns nothing. Such people who pretend that they are part of the business, they are called partner by S.2. Then we have the, okay, before I continue, there is Emily, please. Okay. Nora, do you have something? But how about what we call the limited partner? In a case of, let's say, any losses, or the business has borrowed the loan, B cannot give out his or her her own property that she or she owns at home. A limited partner boundary. Things of the business are for the business. Home are home. So the different the opposite of limited partner is what we call unlimited partner. If you are unlimited partner,
Share on and off. Not here.
okay, sorry. So if they are able to, hope you are hearing me, but if they are able to, like I was talking about limited partners, these are partners, they contribute capital, but their liability is limited. So in a case a loss occurs to a business, or the bank is demanding the business, these people have a given limited liability, meaning they only end up on selling the properties of the business, but they can't go ahead to sell their property at home. But with unlimited partner, you are more or less a sole proprietorship. Should a loss occur at the business, they will demand you to sell your property, and then we clear off the debt. Let me try to share the screen here. Okay. Okay. So I was busy talking about the unlimited partnership, the one who has no end. On which kind of, can this host allow me to share? Who is this host? Who is this co-host? Allow me also to be part of the co-host, please. I don't know. Allow me, please, so that I share the screen. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So those were the the different types of partnerships that we have in the business. You have told me some of the contents of the partnership deed, the definition of what a partnership deed is all about. You have told me about the formation of a partnership. Now, can you class please tell me what are some of the advantages of a partnership? Remember, we looked at sole proprietorship, the advantages of owning a business alone and disadvantages of owning a business alone. Now we want to look at the advantages of owning a business alone. Of what advantage is you to be in the business more than 2 people, but ranging between 2 to 20. Or if it is a professional partnership like a bank, owning between 2 to around 50 people. By show of hand, I'm seeing David, please. David?
Just to clarify, you want the advantage of sole proprietorship or multiple business partners?
Advantages of a partnership.
Advantages of what?
Advantages of a partnership business.
It brings funding to a business.
It brings funding to a business. Thank you very much. Thank you. Martha? Martha, please.
There is limited liability in case of limited partnership.
There is limited liability in case of a limited partnership. Thank you very much. I will explain that. Thank you. Jerry? Jerry, please. Jerry?
Yes. More capital is available for the business.
More capital is available. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. More capital is available compared to the sole proprietorship. Why? It is because we contribute very many people. Therefore, we tend to have more bonded capital than in the case of a singular business. Who else here? I have banners. Banner.
Liability shared.
There?
Liability is shared between partners.
Thank you very much. The losses that do occur in the business are shared among partners, unlike the solo proprietorship where you suffer the losses alone. Thank you. Techno? Techno, then after that, I'm going to Charles. Techno? Okay. Techno, please unmute yourself. Okay. Cheyne, Charles? Cheyne, Charles, please.
Much capital is raised. Partners can raise more capital towards the financing and managing of the than a sole proprietor.
Thank you very much. The partners are able to raise more capital. Of course, unlike the sole proprietorship where there is one individual. Thank you. I think there's this Tatiana, I don't know the pronunciation, Tatiana. What Tashana? I thought of that. Tashana, where are you? Tashana? Okay. Dennis, please. Dennis? Okay. Dennis is quiet. Mavis?
Issues are discussed by many people and decisions made are expected to be good.
Excellent. Decision making is easy since they agree on very many people, not like a partnership where a single person takes up a decision whether right or wrong. With a partnership, you have to first of all agree, and then it means since you are many in the partnership, you agree on the best decision. Thank you, Mavis. Amy?
New partners can be admitted in case of business expansion.
Thank you very much. New partners can be admitted in the case of business partners, rather expansion. Partnership always is not a permanent one. It depends on the kind of partnership you opened. If you open these other general partnerships, you'll find out that in case you need capital, any other partner can join you, pay the money you also contributed, and then it contributes to more funds or more capital, which then leads to the expansion of the business. Remember, the many you are, the more capital you contribute, and the more you expand, make more profits. Thank you. Adolf?
The partnership businesses normally have enough stock for customers to choose from.
Good. It has enough stock, the one we call a variety of products. So partnerships always have a variety of products. What brings that? It's because they have more capital. The more capital you have, the more products you buy, and the more customers have to choose from. Variety means different, meaning the different products they can choose from. If you have limited capital, like in the case of many sole proprietorship, not all, but many sole proprietorships, you find that they have a limited choice simply because they bring a certain type of products because of little capital and limit consumers from choosing in the type they would wish. So, and Martha? Martha, please. Okay. Melissa, Amy?
There is better combination of different skills.
Excellent. There's a better combination of different skills. Meaning, in a solo proprietorship, your brain is alone. But when it comes to a partnership, you bring your heads together, and we all know that two heads are better than one. You will always bring up the best decision that will help the business propel forward and really progress and make a lot of profits, do the expansion, and so on. Blessing.
Yeah. So can I say my answer?
Yes, Blessing.
No, it's Martha.
I'm seeing Blessing here. Okay, Martha.
The absence of a partner may not affect the business.
The absence of a partner will not affect the business. Thank you very much. So, absence of one partner may not affect the business, especially when you are many. But this comes in case the person who is absent is not an active partner. Let's say is a dormant partner, because we say an active partner is a partner who is ever at the business. But when it comes to the dormant partners, you really find that dormant partners cannot really affect the business. An active partner may a bit affect the business if he's off. So when you go with the majority, you find that the absence of one partner in a business cannot really affect its progress. At least another person will come in as a substitute. Thank you very much. Let me go to some of the, okay, let me check the chat room here. Someone, Jerry was saying there is limited external regulation, responsibilities are equally shared, good. Even Drusilla was saying responsibilities are equally shared. Okay. Now, let us go to the advantages which are prepared here. I want someone to come up and read for us to try to explain. I want all of you to share some of the advantages. Explain. Hope you are able to see the screen here. I'm starting with Adolf. Adolf, you tell us one point and then you explain. Then Eunice will come on. Adolf?
Okay, advantages of partnership businesses. More capital is raised than in sole trade due to the pooled resources from many members. In my own understanding, they think here, when many people come together to carry out a business, they collect or they gather enough money, which is the capital. This helps business to have more capital compared to the sole trade where only one person gathers his money.
You contribute comes to the partnership.
Yeah. You are muted.
What's going on?
Teacher, where are you?
Skinny.
Are you there?
No.
I thought you were coming up. Teacher. I'm still
What's happening?
Moses. Teacher. Teacher. Are you there? Don't worry, Sasha. You are looking nice.
No.
Going to share with you
Excuse me. Excuse me. Teacher, are you there? Teacher, are you there?
I don't think he's.
He isn't.
Teacher, please come back because after the lesson I have to go somewhere.
Sabino.
Oh.
Can this host make me a host? Is very sorry. Make me the host, please. The host should allow me. I'm really very sorry, but no, January has become very abnormal that we are receiving rains, and I think when the rain is started up, our signal is really disorganized. Sorry for that. It isn't intentional. Let us
It's fine,
continue.
teacher.
Someone had told us that more
It's okay, teacher.
proprietorship. So, Natasha, please.
Okay, teacher, can you hear me?
Natasha, I'm
Teacher,
able
can
to
you
hear
hear
you
me?
very well.
Okay, I'm going to read advantage number 2 and explain it again. Specialization is possible as each member takes up tasks for which he is best suitable. This means in a partnership business, let's say like there are 10 partners. We have this partner who is good at managing. There is also this partner who is good at marketing, this partner who is good at shopping stuff, this partner who is good at trading. So like in a partnership business, you don't have to do each and everything by yourself. You have to share the load, you have to share the responsibility. So when you're in a partnership business, you sit down as partners, as board of governors, and like you find out which are you best at, which one am I best at. Like when after finding out that like you share the responsibility, like according to the specialization of someone. What do I do best? What do I know best? What do I understand best? So we share the load according to that, to the knowing of someone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Excellent. I have nothing to add on that. Whoever exactly again. Thank you very much. Excellent. Any other person? I don't.
Teacher, I can't. I can't see teacher's screen.
You can't?
No.
Teacher, are you there?
Excuse me, teacher.
Teacher, are you there?
Not there.
Excuse me. Within the absence of partners, encourage the business owner to be more creative, hardworking, and more committed to a business.
Pardon?
Within the absence of partners, increase the business owner's ability to be creative, hardworking, and committed towards the business.
Can you explain that? Explain, please.
Master time is going.
Sir David has a question for you.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yeah.
Within the absence of partners, in case of if you own a business solely, it will increase your ability to do hard work and increase talent, skills.
It will increase talents.
And
Yes.
skills and also hard work. Like when you have different business partners, you can't be certain that
Okay.
you have all those skills. So I feel like one should take up more skills and learn different varieties, because you can't be sure that all your partners can manage. You have to be more open. That's the
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Grace Aluka. You unmute yourself.
I would like to explain point 3.
Yes.
There is even distribution of work among the members, hence less fatigue.
Yes.
It means that when you're many, you'll be able to do the work easily and quickly than when you're alone. When you're alone, you'll have to handle all the work and you'll get tired easily. But distributing the work, it evens out the work and it eases things.
Okay. Excellent. Very good. So there is that even distribution of work among the members. Why? It is because you are many. When you are many, you distribute work to many people. And as you distribute to many people, it means you get less tired. You cannot be worked. Thank you very much. Any other? I'm seeing here, Eliana. Eliana, please.
Okay, for me, I would like to explain point number 4.
Yes.
It says the absence of the partner may not affect the business, unlike in sole prioritization. Now, in this,
sole
okay, Now, assuming you're in a business and you are maybe like, assuming like a factory. Now, when you're many people, in case maybe like one of the members falls sick and has not been able to come to work today, work may still go on. But now, assuming you're alone in a business, if you fall sick, that means today you're not going to be able to work, and the company may continue losing money.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. So the absence of a partner may not affect the partnership. Why? You are many. If you person A is not there, person B can come and work in. If person C is not around, person Z can come and stand in. But with the case of a solo proprietorship, when one member is not there, it means rather when the owner is not there, it means the business has to close up and wait until the owner comes back. Thank you. Who else here? Raj, and then Jasmine will come in.
Yes, sir.
Raj?
Yes, I want you to explain number 8. Issues are discussed by many people and decisions made are expected to be good. Well, this is because you're in partnership business, that you're not the only one who owns the business, because different people who have shares, they are also the owners of that business. So whenever you make decisions, people, they might cast a vote to see which decision they want to make, and it is also good. But unlike the sole proprietorship business, only one person only one person is expected to make a decision, and that decision may either turn out to be very bad, and that would like lead the business into business failure. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very well articulated. Thank you very much. So issues are discussed by many people. That meaning decision is taken by partnership are better compared to a solo proprietorship, since very many members contribute on the decisions which are taken. They agree on one after a long discussion. Unlike in a solo proprietorship where you take a decision a singular person and it becomes the thing to implement. Thank you very much. Jasmine. Then Aluka will come in.
Teacher, me, I'm explaining number 7.
Okay.
Okay. There is combination of talents, because like if many people have one business, okay, and one can do the designing, another one is creative, and another knows like how to make the good products, they can come out, like they can make good products that will cause what, like attract to their company.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jasmine. Excellent explanation. Okay. Grace. Then Sean will come in. Grace. Grace, please.
Point number 8. Issues are discussed by many people, and decisions made are expected to be good. It means that like they come up with a topic or an idea they want to implement, and then they discuss about it. People bring different kinds of feedback, and then the best solution or choice will be taken, leading to a better outcome, because they'll combine their knowledge and come up with a good outcome.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Thank you for that contribution. It has been a wonderful explanation. Thank you very much. Then we have who else? Sean.
Specialization is possible as each member takes up a task for which he is best suited for.
Yes.
Like let's say we have 10 partners, One is best at accounting, the other on management, another, let's say, trading, another is like financially stable. So everyone can decide like, I'll do this part, I'll do that part. So each part will be done as best as someone can do it, instead of overloading it all on one person.
Thank you very much, Sean. Excellent. Thank you. Who else has not said anything here? You have, okay, you have all said. Eunice, Natasha, please.
Okay, teacher. I would like to explain point number 12. It says,
Thank you.
it is easier to borrow from a financial institution than for a sole proprietorship because it is a large collector security. This means,
Because of the large collateral security.
yes. Now this means when you're in a partnership business, it will be easier for you to go in a bank or a circle and borrow money because why? It's because in case you fail to pay, the circle or the bank can go in all of the partners' homes and get their properties like that they have given or take away the business. But in case you're a sole proprietor, there is a certain amount of money that they limit you at. Let's say they first look like at your business and your properties and they be like, we can't give you something that exceeds what, 5 million. But let's say you're in a partnership business, they will combine your businesses and your properties and say, maybe we can even give you 1 billion because in case you fail to pay, we can sell this and get our money back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Natasha Eunice. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for that explanation. Then Eliana. Then Amy Melissa will come in. Eliana, please.
Point number 5.
Yes, point number 5.
Says the burden of losses and liabilities are shared among the partners, unlike a sole trader who suffers alone. Now, businesses, for example, when your parents, for example, just your partner.
Eliana, so that we're able to hear you.
Yes. I said thank you.
So much. #1. There's this one called #1. #1, please.
The voice. Oh, teacher, I'm going to explain number 8. Issues are discussed by many people and decisions made are expected to be good. Well, here,
yes,
if many people bring out their ideas, like let me say this one brings an idea and then this one brings an idea, it can come out excellent because they all bring out excellent ideas, which totals up to something great.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think there's Raj, there's this other one, then there's this #1. They explained point 8. Number 2 was explained by Sean. Number 12 by Natasha. Number 5 by Eliana, I think. Now I want us to speak on this first. Yes. Yes. Yes, Alita. Yes, please. Okay. Yes, yes. Grace is coming up to her. Not to say something. Okay.
Shallow voices
I
are
think.
too. Can't concentrate.
Can you say something, please? Grace is finally quiet. Okay. 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 Let us. I'm seeing another one here. Raj.
Yes, sir. I want you to explain the point 7.
And 7. This doesn't mean that. Yes. You want me to explain, or you are trying to explain it?
I want to explain number 7.
Yes.
So there is better combination of talents because of people with different skills which are pooled. So in a partnership business, there will be different people who will have different talents according to which type of business they are doing. For example, if it's like a fashion business where you're selling different types of watches, clothes, then there must be a person who has that kind of talent to choose to choose the kind of clothes that people nowadays like, while another person who has a different talent of making different types of watches or clothes, and then another person who has a talent of accounting. He can easily set a price of any clothes or watches. That's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you to the explanation. Adult.
Okay. I would like to explain point number 9.
Yeah.
Which says that the new partners may be admitted for the expansion of the business. Here, I think you mean that these businesses sometimes they issue out documents to announce shares, whereby people come and buy shares in the business, which enables it to expand.
Yes. Very good. So new partners may easily be admitted in the business for easy expansion. Meaning, if you don't have enough capital, you can invite in new people to bring in more capital, and then you grow the business up. Thank you very much. There is Marvin. Marvin.
I would like to explain point number 10.
Point
There is
number 10,
limited
yeah?
there is limited liability in case of limited partnership. This means that those partners are not responsible to the amount of the
First, organize your
investment.
network.
Thank
Marvis, organize your network and then explain it for us again. Okay, Marvis, come back again. Your explanation is excellent.
Shakpars are too much. Can't concentrate.
Okay. Raj. Raj.
Yes, sir. Yes, sorry. I want you to explain number 6.
The noise is too much.
Timmy, please mute.
Okay. I'm listening to hear you, but let me try to explain this out. I think the point is explained is right at 5.6, and unfortunately was subtle. We have said formation is very simple because there are few legal formalities. Formation is very okay. Martha is saying that we want us to meet some people. Let me try to get it here. These ones who are shouting for us. I don't know. Those who are trying to shout for us. Unmute. Okay, Raj was carrying up the hand again. Raj?
Yes, sir. I want to explain number. Sir, you have changed the slide. Yes, I want to explain number 6. So the formation is fairly simple because there are fewer legal formalities, unlike liability companies. So what it's saying here is that formation is fairly simple because a partnership business, of course, it should have 2 or more people. And in that, there are fewer legal formalities because, first of all, the people in that business, they can carry out different legal formalities. So that it doesn't. But a person in a sole proprietorship business will have to carry out. We have to carry out all the legal formalities.
Usually the this phone will
So
charge you.
yeah, that's all, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Raj. Thank you. Now, we also, I think the points which are left out, point 11, you said business accounts can be kept separate, unlike the public limited liability companies. Meaning, when it comes to a partnership, these people rarely publish the list of accounts to the general public. In fact, the law does not require you, if you are in a partnership, to publish your accounts to the general public to see how much profits you made, to see the losses you made. It is always within the capacity of the partnership to keep it. It is even indicated under the partnership deed. Then, unlike the public liability company, the public liability company is one of the types of the joint stock company, and the owner of the joint stock company is the type of a legal form of business ownership. And then we said, I think the number that has been mentioned,
Yes.
the burden of
Yes.
losses and profits are shared among partners, unlike a sole proprietor. Let me see this person. Latisha, you are shouting, please. Latisha. Can you please give us okay? Latisha, good. Okay, I was saying number 5, the burden of losses and the liabilities are shared among partners, unlike a solo trader who suffers losses alone. Remember, when I talked about advantages of a solo proprietorship, I said in a solo proprietorship, he or she enjoys profits alone. When it comes to a partnership, you share the profits, all of you. But again, that is not an advantage. The advantage in a partnership would be if you make a loss, you share all the losses together. But in a partnership, rather in a solo proprietorship, you suffer alone. If you make a loss, you suffer losses alone. In a partnership, if a loss occurs, you share it among different people. Therefore, you pay little of the loss that has occurred. Then when it comes to, I think, which other number has not been explained, number 4, that the absence of a partner may not affect the business, unlike in sole proprietorship. I told you the different types of partners: active, dormant, limited, quasi, partner by pel, etc. Meaning, if one person is not present, let's say an active partner, another partner can come in as a dangerous substitute and carry on business. Unlike the solo proprietorship, if one closes off his business, then you have to wait until that person comes back. But here in a partnership, another person can come in and continue the business. Which other point has not been discussed here? Number 6, I think someone was talking about number 6. Formation is fairly simple because there are fewer legal formalities, unlike liability companies. When we talk of liability companies, we mean the joint stock companies. And if we talk of formation is fairly simple, it means in a partnership, we don't need very many legal formalities in terms of documents in order for you to start a business. When it comes to these joint stock companies, they will require you to provide a memorandum of association, articles of association, directors list, certificate of incorporation. They will issue a prospectus, certificate of trading. There are very many legal requirements, but when it comes to formation of a partnership, they don't need very many things. In fact, mere getting a license can get you on into starting a business. I think these others were explained by you. Okay. Now, I want us to, okay, let me check the chat room. Okay, there's no new message here. I want us now to look at the disadvantages of a partnership. Of what disadvantages are owning a business more than 2 people? Can you really come up and tell me some of the disadvantages of owning a business more than 2 people? By show of hand. Isaac Semakula. Isaac.
I think, yes, teacher.
Yes.
I think there can be disagreements between
Come back again, disagreements, yes. Semakula, come again, Isaac. Okay. Semakula, we are not able to hear you well, but I heard something about disagreements. So indeed, you are very good. Okay, Semakula, we are not able to hear very well, but I heard the term. Let me come to Cheyne Charles. Okay.
Partners have unlimited liability. This means that they are fully responsible for the debts of the business. Therefore, in case of business debts, their personal assets can be taken to pay their debts.
Which type of partner is that? Specify the type of partner who enjoys unlimited liability.
Partners have unlimited liability. This means that they have full responsible for the debts or losses of the business. Therefore, in case of business debts, their personal assets can be taken to pay the business debts.
Okay, thank you very much. But that one specifically applies to limited partners. It is only rather unlimited partners. It is only unlimited partners who have unlimited liability. But when it comes to a partner who formed a partnership under their partnership deed and was declared a limited partner, then he cannot have unlimited liability. It only applies to those unlimited partners. For them, in the case of a loss, they will sell their personal property. But with limited partners, for them, in the case of a loss, they only stop on selling business property and they cannot come in their home. Someone else is carrying up the hand. Martha? Martha, please.
Teacher, decision making is slow because partners have to consult each other before passing on a resolution.
Excellent. Decision making has some bit of it is hard. Why? Because they tend to argue. The person brings this, another person says this, another one this. So there is always a lot of arguments on which decision to agree on just because they are many. Even in the class, in your groups, as you always discuss, you'll find that there are very many people who will always argue on a given statement or an answer or what or question. But when you are alone, you decide alone, and that's all. Thank you very much. There is Grace Aluka.
Teacher, I think that some members or some partners may not be just and truthful. So they may embezzle funds from the company or they may cheat the rest, causing the
Thank you.
business to
Excellent.
go bankrupt.
Very good. Some partners are very, very dishonest in a business. They will declare other things even when they made profit. So at the end, you will find out that other partners who are not active or they are not daily at the business premises, they end up making profits because those who are ever there, they are declaring wrong figures. Thank you. Thank you. Then we also have Sean, please.
So there's a lot of bureaucracy in the business. Since there are many people, let's say you wanted to withdraw some money for the business, you'll have to go around looking for all their signatures in order for you to withdraw money from the joint account.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. There is a lot of bureaucracy, as you have said. Why? It is not like the case of a solo proprietorship where you can decide alone. With a partnership, you have to consult everyone before you do any withdrawal, before you take any decision. So that itself affects business progress, because the more you delay in deciding, the more you affect business progress. Okay. Then Adolf.
There is a lack of common interest among members, where you'll find
Okay.
every member has his or her own interest. So for when it comes to where they can invest the profits made, it becomes so difficult, whereby a member will need the profits to be shared for their personal needs, or another one may need the profits to be used for business expansion. So there is a lack of common interest among the members, which hinders business expansion.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Then we also have there's Nabunya Hanifa. Nabunya is saying you don't enjoy the profits alone, but you share them with other partners. Good. That's one of the disadvantages. Unlike in solo proprietorship, where profits are enjoyed by one person, when it comes to a partnership, profits are always distributed among many people. And that one is really a disadvantage because you end up taking very little at home. Drusilla was saying making a decision is not easy since there are many points raised during business. Decision is excellent. Okay. Okay. Let me come back to people who are current. Melissa? Melissa? Okay, Melissa is quiet. Cheyune Charles? Cheyune? Cheyune is also quiet. Let us come to Martha. Martha, please.
Profits generated by hardworking partners are shared by all, which discourages them.
Excellent, excellent. The profits made by the active partners are shared by all of them, meaning however much you work harder, they will always share all profits with you. Take an example with like a football team. If for example the owner of the team has promised you that if you win this game, I will pay you 20 million. Now you find that in the game there are some people who have worked very, very hard and scored the goal to win. Others were very lazy. But then at the end, you are all sharing equally. Even you who worked very hard to score the goal, next time will not work hard. After all, you all share equally. So profits made in most cases are shared even with the dormant partners who have not been doing anything. And that one totally discourages. Amy? Okay. Let us go. Okay, someone can now read us these disadvantages. Disadvantages. Adolf.
Disadvantages of partnerships.
Because you have mentioned all of them, I want you to read through all of them.
Okay. Number one, there is unlimited liability in case of ordinary partners. Number two, decision making is slow because partners have to consult each other before passing a resolution. Number three, profits are shared with, which reduces the amount received by each member. Also, problems of somehow to split the profits arises. Number three, death, insanity, bankruptcy, or withdrawal of a key partner might lead to dissolution of a partnership. 5. Disagreements stroke misunderstandings might come in, and this may slow down the progress of the business. 6. A misconduct stroke a mistake made by one partner affects the entire business. 7. Chances of expansion are limited since members are restricted to 20 and 50 for professional firms. 8. Profits generated by hardworking partners are shared by all, which discourages hard work. 9. Partnerships are not legal entities.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there any other point that I want to that you would require me to explain there? Because I see all of them you had given them. All my answers, it's as if you had knowledge about them. You have all explained them very well. Unless if one would require us to go through a point that you have not understood, you cut up the hand. Any? Okay. There is none. Let us now go to what they call. Okay, Adolf is carrying up the hand.
So may you explain for me that point? Partnerships are not legal entities.
Partnerships are not legal entities. Okay. When we talk of legal entities, it means partnerships are not separate. They are not separate from the owner of the business. let's take an example. I told you that a company like MTN is a joint stock company which falls under a private limited company. For it, if it commits a crime, we shall say Adolf versus MTN company. But when a partnership makes a business, we shall rather makes an error or commits a crime, we shall sue individuals in this case. So if I'm one of the partners, let's say Adolf is one of the partners and I'm the one suing them. Or let me take an example of who? Melissa is the one suing. Then it will be Melissa versus Adolf. Even when in the partnership there is Adolf, there is Raj, there is Sean, all those people are there. But because there's this particular individual who committed a crime, we sue an individual as a person, not as a business. That's why we are saying the partnerships are not legal entities. You commit a crime, we see you, we take you to court as an individual, not as a business. But with the joint stock companies, we take the business as a whole. That's why we say that they are not legal entities. Any other? Hanifa? Hanifa?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So I'm seeing half of the disadvantages. Not
You are
seeing
saying
them
half?
so. Yes, now I'm seeing the same. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. I think others are okay. You are contented with them. Now, having looked at what partnership is, okay. There's this person carrying up the hand. Though is called. I think is though. Yes.
Teacher, there is number 10.
Yes. Number 10 says they have no separate existence. Just as I explained in number 9, separate existence means you can't say that you are separating the owners of the business from the business. If the owner commits a crime, sue that person as an individual. If all of them commits a crime and there are 3 people, let's say we have a person X, person Y, person Z as people who form the partnership. If, for example, their car, they own a hardware, and one of their truck knocks a person and is dead, if we are suing them, and it is you, Karibuni, let's say Karibuni, you have sued those people, we shall not sue XYZ enterprises. No, we shall sue. We shall say Karibuni versus X, Y, and Z as individuals, because they have no separate existence from the business. Any mistake committed in the business, we sue a person, not the name of the business in this case. But in joint stock companies, we sue the name of the business, not individuals who are there. We also have Sean.
So my question was on number 4. Since they are partners,
Yes.
if one person dies, why don't they just continue the business?
We have said death, insanity, bankruptcy, withdrawal. The word is the key. Withdrawal or death or madness of a key partner may lead to a coming to an end of a partnership. In this case, we mean an active partner. If a person who has been active at the business, others you are dormant, others you are just by Kwansi, Stopera Limited, and what. When an active partner dies, in most cases, it becomes hard for that partnership to continue. It mostly closes up because customers have been very close to that person who was close to them also, who was ever at the business, and now that he has passed on, business continuity becomes difficult. Okay. So, I think okay. I think that one brings us to an end of this their disadvantages. of a partnership. Now, having looked at the definition of what partnership is all about, the formation, partnership, the advantages and disadvantages. Now, I want to come to this. Whatever is started has an end. There's no absolute beginning that ends with the beginning. Every beginning has an end. Now, in this case, we want to go under what circumstances may partnership business be brought to an end? Can now you try to give me some answers there? Under what circumstances may a partnership business be brought to an end? You have three people, A, B, and C. Under what circumstances may you say, let us bring this partnership to an end and we share all the proceedings? Martha, Tina, Martinez. Martha, Tina?
Teacher, death of the king.
Death of?
Atasana.
Okay. Death of a partner. Very good. Very good. Thank you. User. There's this one who calls himself or herself user.
When there is loss of customers. When
Loss
customers
of customers. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Then there is Natasha.
For me, and I think a partnership business can come to an end in case the partners fail to agree on something, and the other point is in case the business is facing overflowing losses, today loss, tomorrow loss, like forever losses, when the business is ever in losses, when there are no profits at all. Thank you.
Thank you, Natasha. Thank you very much. Indeed, if they fail to agree on something, those are some of the things that can cause the business to come to an end. Excellent. We also have here Sean. Then Adolf will come in. Then Aluka.
Teacher, when one of the partners decides to breach the contract.
Good, excellent. When one of the partners decides to breach the contract, meaning to breach is to cancel. One of the partners are decided to say, let us cancel this partnership and we continue as separate individuals. Then there will be no any other alternative other than bringing a partnership business to an end. Okay. Let me also come to Adolf. Adolf, please.
It may come to an end when it reaches the agreed time of its end. For example, if the partnership was not permanent, so when it reaches the agreed, yes.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Adolf. It can come to an end if it has reached the agreed time. Let's say you agreed to construct a given road, you partner the two people, you contribute the capital, and now you have finished the construction of that given road. All what is remaining will be to close up the partnership, just because what brought you together has come to an end. Charles? Charles?
In case of one of the partners breaks the rules of the agreement they made.
Thank you. When one of the partners breaks the rules and agreement rules of and the agreements they made, that is breaching the agreement. Someone mentioned about when one decides to breach the agreement. Very good. Grace.
Teacher, some partners might leave the business when one of them destroys the company's reputation. Like, let's
Very
say
good.
like one was involved in fraud, robbery, customers may stop trusting the business or the company, and then they'll start inquiring losses, and then partners will start to pull out of the business.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So if one of the partnerships destroys the reputation of the business, when we mean when we talk about reputation, we are talking about the image, destroying the image of the business. The business has been so vibrant into the public. Now here comes one partner, goes on doing some weird things which really contract the laws within the agreement of a partnership. This can bring it to an end. Adolf is still carrying up the hand.
Yes, it may also come to an end if it engages in unlawful business.
Very good. If it engages in unlawful business, you registered as a hardware, you registered as a boutique, you registered as a school. All of a sudden, they hear you are selling cocaine, marijuana, and all that. The court will declare you to be closed up just because you are contradicting with what you had earlier agreed on. Thank you. Someone read for us this, because all what you have given is very, very correct. You define for us what this solution means, and then you read us these points. Anyone who has not said anything to carry up the hand and you read us this. I want an individual who has not said anything. Amy was saying the partnership business can end if the partners have achieved their goals. Excellent. Vanessa was saying the business is not running well. That is to say, when the business is running bankrupt, good. The partnership business can end if it's illegal. Excellent. Excellent. All these ones are very, very correct answers. Okay, Martha Tina Martinez, you read for us this.
Okay,
Martha?
The solution
Martha, your network is not okay. Martha, your network.
Is it now okay?
Okay, there you can air out. Martha, let me come to, let Melissa read for us, since I'm unable to hear you, Melissa. Melissa? Melissa, organize your network, please. Okay. Melissa is also not fine. Martha Singwire. Martha Singwire.
Okay. Dissolution or winding up of a business partnership. Dissolution or termination of partnership means to bring a partnership business to an end.
Yes.
Number one, in case the partnership is temporary, if a partner becomes insane, bankrupt, or dies, in case the intended objectives have been achieved, in case of a notice where a partner gives his intention or express his intention to others to dissolve the partnership. If the partnership is illegal, i.e. declared unlawful by the state. In case of expiry of the agreed period. in case of voluntary dissolution, i.e. consent of all partners, in case the partnership business is not making profits, in case there are misunderstandings or disagreements among the partners, in case of dissolution by courts of law due to persistent misconduct and violation of the partnership deed by a partnership in the opinion of the court.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we had already talked about all this. If there's any point one has not understood, you can raise up the hand and hint on it, the point you haven't understood. Because at least you have tried to mention the majority of this. Sean, is there any other point, Sean?
No, teacher.
Yes? Okay. There's this one, is it called theory, disrespecting themselves in a partnership. Good. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. So those are some of the circumstances that can cause a partnership business to come to an end.
Wasn't he
Brings
right?
us to the end of it. Okay. Is there any question?
Wasn't he right? He was right. He was right.
Okay. That brings the end of the partnership business as one of the legal forms of business ownership. Remember, we started with sole proprietorship, we went to partnership, and then our third one is supposed to be the cooperatives. But before we go to cooperatives, this was our activity of integration. For those I sent to, they have it. Those who did not have chance to get it, you can take a screenshot of that and then we continue. Can you please take a screenshot of that activity which you'll try out, then we continue to another. I'm giving you some 30 seconds. But before I give 30 seconds, someone to read for us that activity by show of hand. You carry the hand and tell us you read. There is this new one called Kilix.
Yes. Activity. Musa, Ali, and Tom have each saved 2 million shillings with an intention to start a joint income generation project to improve their standard of living. However, Musa is not in support of the idea because he does not know the benefits of such a business. Thus, write a letter advising them on the benefits of such a business and give them the reasons why they may separate.
Okay, thank you very much. Who can tell us the question approach? What does that question require? Question approach. Natasha, are you giving us question approach?
Yes.
Why does it require?
The question is saying, is it okay if I may read it again?
It's fine.
It's saying Musa, Eli, and Tom have each saved 2 million shillings with an intention to start a joint income generating project to improve their standard of living. However, Musa is not in support of the idea because he does not know the benefits of such business. Now, first, when you read the question, this statement above the task, it's showing us that of the three, all of them want to do what? To start up a business, but then one of them does not know the reason to why they should join up to do a business. Like, he has no idea. He does not know the benefits of such business. Now, in your letter, the task is asking you that in your letter you should write you should have the benefits of such business and give them the reason to why they may separate. So what they are asking you to do, they want you to write a letter. You put the benefits of partnership business and the reasons to why partnership businesses might collapse. But you should not do it direct. You put it in relation with a question, like get it connecting, give examples, give real life examples. Don't just put direct answers that like these answers teacher has been giving us. Put the answer, explain it, give an example. In case the answer is self-explanatory, you don't need to explain it, but put it, explain it, and give an example. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eunice. Thank you. Excellent explanation and interpretation. Very good. Thank you. I think Melissa, rather Natasha has done it all. That's what the question required us to do. Thank you. Hope we have taken the screenshot and we'll try out on that number. So our next number 3 would be cooperatives. Let me check in chat if there's a question. Okay, there's nothing there. Our next one is cooperatives, and that is number 3, cooperative societies. So the meaning of cooperative, I think there's a meaning of cooperative societies. So in the definition, this now comes to be our number 3. Having looked at the different forms of legal ownership, remember we talked about the sole proprietorship, the partnership, we mentioned about cooperatives, we mentioned about the joint stock companies, and I think we also mentioned about the public corporations. That's the different forms through which people can own businesses. By show of hand, can someone really read us the definition of what cooperative societies are all about? I'm seeing who has not said anything here. Linda, please, you have not said anything. Read for us that and explain. Linda? Linda, you unmute yourself. Okay. Nsubuga.
Yes, sure.
Yes. Nsubuga? Okay. I think Subuga is also off. Let's Sean.
Meaning of cooperative societies. A cooperative society is a group of people who have agreed to come together with a common objective to carry out activities that benefit themselves.
Very good. A cooperative. The word co meaning two, then operative meaning together. So two people operating together. Meaning a cooperative society is a group of people who have agreed to come together with a common objective. They don't just come together, but they come together with a common objective to carry out specific activities that generally benefit themselves, not any other individual. So in Uganda here, we find out that the majority of our cooperatives have collapsed. However, we have those which are still standing. For example, I think in Eastern Uganda, we have the Bugisu Cooperative Union. It is basically for the farmers who want to sell their coffee together as a group, so that what they do, we call it a producer cooperative. What they do, they bring their coffee together as farmers. Of course, each measures the kilogram and knows what you have brought, and then they look for the market internationally. Then when they are given a bigger price, they come home after that money, they share as individuals, and they really benefit instead of selling it as an individual. That one is called a producers cooperative. In Busoga, we used to have I think there was one of Busoga cotton growers. I told you that in Ankole, there was Ankole Kwete Runner. That one was specifically, I think, also for cotton. Then when we come to northern Uganda, there is one for Simusimu in Lira. There is a cooperative there. In Masaka, it is a sort of a marketing board, but it's still standing, and that was Masaka Coffee Marketing Board, though it acts as a cooperative. So people come together with a common objective to achieve. If, for example, you are farmers of banana, you can't sell 2 bunches of banana alone. When you sell them 2, they will give you very little money. But if 100 people bring their 10, each brings two bunches, and now they become 200 bunches, you will really ask for a more price, and you will equally benefit compared if you demand for the price individually. So the major aim of cooperatives is to come together and solicit. If it is a producers cooperatives, you solicit for a higher price. If you have formed what they call consumer cooperatives, there are those cooperatives which are called consumer cooperatives. People who are going to utilize, to benefit from satisfaction, they come together, solicit money, then they bring it together, they go and buy as a group. When you buy as a group, they will reduce for you a price than buying individually. Then when they bring as a group, they will come and share according to how much you had earlier contributed. So there are different types of cooperatives which we shall look at in our subsequent lessons as time goes by. I think this sort of cooperatives should be in our next session, or else as you return back to school, that one will be your activity to look on. This, I think, will bring us to the end of the lesson, unless if there's another question here. There is a Eunice. Eunice, if you have another question, a question or a supplement, please, you can bring it up. Eunice?
Teacher was asking if this is our last lesson.
Okay. I think probably according to the timetable, this could be our last lesson. Thank you. Then Hanifa.
Thank you,
teacher. Excuse me, sir.
Hanifa. Yes.
Sir, what can you tap to be a group admin?
What can you
tap?
Pardon?
Kale, so what can you press to be a group admin?
Okay, this is not a WhatsApp, it is called Zoom, therefore we don't have admins
on the
on
WhatsApp
Zoom.
group. First wait, sir. Sir.
I don't know the WhatsApp group you are operating, but in this case we're on Zoom.
You don't know. Oh my gosh.
For your own? Please, Hanifa, this is a Zoom and we don't have any group. Adolf?
So I would like, I have failed to take a screenshot.
Of?
I failed to take a screenshot of the activity.
Okay. Let me bring it back. Hope you are able to see the screenshot of the screen of the activity. You can take a screenshot of that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. With that, thank you very much for attending. I wish you well. I also wish you a safe journey back to school. Thank you very much. I declare the meeting over.